Let's take a look at this multiple choice question from farhatlectures.com. What portion of the 20x3 receipts should be attributed to the principal of the trust? Now, what you can do is, if you want to AI, it will explain the topic for you before you answer the question. Just click on farhat.ai, explain the topic. Otherwise, if you're comfortable with the topic, go ahead and start to answer the question. So what portion should be attributed to principal? So Paul transferred asset into a trust where Sam is designated to receive the income for life. Okay. Upon Sam's death, the remaining assets are to be given to Paul. All right. In 20x3, the trust received various income sources, including $15,000 in rent, $9,000 in stock dividend, $1,800 in interest on the corporate bond, $2,600 in interest on government bond, and $13,000 in proceeds from the sale of bonds. Both Paul and Sam are still alive. We want to know what portion of 20x3 receipts should be attributed to the principal. Well, we could either, just basically determine which one is the principal, which one should go to the principal, which one go to income. And what does this trust say? The trust transfer asset into a trust where Sam is designated to receive the income for life. So the income goes for Sam, the penny. How about anything other than income? It's part of the corpus. So let's see what's part of the corpus. How about the $5,000 in rent? Well, that's income. So let's start to look at this. The rent is income. Let's start to have two columns. $9,000 in stock dividend. Stock dividend is what? It's taking the existing stock and getting more stock for that. It's basically taking the retained earning of the company and distributed in form of stocks. That stays with the corpus. We're creating more stocks within the same pot. Therefore, 9,000 goes to corpus. So we're done with the 5, we're done with the 9. 1,800 in interest on corporate bond. It's interest. Interest is income. Interest goes under income. 2,600 in interest on government bond. It's interest. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's a taxable interest or a non-taxable interest. It's income in the absence of any specific instruction. And 13,000 in proceeds from the sale of bond. We sold a bond. The bond is a principal. And Paul only gets the income. Therefore, this 13,000 is part of the corpus. They're asking us about the corpus. The corpus is 22,000. Now be careful. They're asking about the corpus. They could be asking about the income portion. Then you have to compute the 5,000, the 1,800, the 2,600. Now, what I didn't give you an answer for that because I don't want to confuse you. But if they were asking about the income, then you would compute the income component. Now, what you can do is this. You can ask the AI to explain the correct and incorrect answer, basically give you the explanation in depth. And if you like this question and you want to create another one, you would create a similar MCQ by clicking on farhat.ai. What should you do now? Whether you are a CPA exam candidate or an enrolled agent or an accounting student, go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional resources, lectures, podcasts, multiple choice. The best investment you can make is invest in yourself. Good luck, stay safe, and God bless.
Want to see more CPA exam multiple choice questions solved step by step? At farhatlectures.com, you will get hundreds of video solved MCQs step by step, including previously released AI CPA questions, previously released AI CPA simulation, in-depth lectures and resources to prepare for the CPA exam, AI tools that's going to help you study smarter, not harder, CPA exam podcast lessons where you can learn on the go. And also you will get the personal guidance of support of Farhat and his team. If you are serious about passing the CPA exam, this is your next step. Visit the website farhatlectures.com, start your free trial, and I hope to see you on the website.